not necessarily with the olden method of wording things. You need to word it in a way that they know that, yes, and it's appealing to them. I would get the same message across. If you want to bring people to pray 5 times a day, you don't just come in and say, guys, you guys are going to go to hell, or, you better pray 5 times a day because that's the first thing you're going to be. It's important. That's an important hadith, the one about the first thing you're going to be questioned about. But how are you going to word it for the people today? How are you going to bring it to the point where you give that hadith? You have to first, build. There are a few points you must make that they would definitely agree with. They would feel that you understand them. You know the challenges they're going through. You appreciate the hardship and how tough it is to navigate through the difficulties of society. And then you give them what you have to, bit by bit. So the same would apply if you were given an opportunity to sit with someone. You can't just sit with
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Yeah,
you can't just sit with him and say, brother, say your shahada. Because I could, when you asked me the question, I would tell him, say ashhadu. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
Realistic is you exchange pleasantries, you speak about common things, he knows, and you can probably introduce. I did make a comment about faith when he was questioning God Almighty at one stage.
Was it the hellfire tweet?
Yes. So I did make a comment, but it was very. It wasn't only directed at him. I have this habit, ma balu aqwamin. We take it from the hadith, where if there is an issue, I don't necessarily need to name and shame, but you need to broadly make mention of whatever the matter is and try and give a word of advice. It might not be full and holistically covering every aspect of it, but others would do it. So if I said something, another scholar said something, 1 or 2 might have been direct, some might not. All that together makes a response to what needed the response.
Sure. Maybe one day we can see a Mufti Menk sits down with Elon Musk podcast. I think everyone would love
5
to watch
hours. I think we 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah, I would watch that. I would definitely watch that.
You'd be surprised. Chances are I'd probably sit with you before he sat with me.
I'm just like a few $1 billion away from Elon's stature. Mufti, on the topic of Twitter, I think Muslim Twitter in particular, it's been described as a very toxic place, unfortunately. Primarily because algorithms, they promote toxic behavior.